You might think that seeds are always healthy. After all, you've heard it your entire life. Seeds are natural, they're plant-based, and they're often marketed as superfoods. But here's something most people over 60 don't realize. Some seeds that seem harmless or even healthy can quietly work against your body as you age. And others, when eaten correctly, can become some of the most powerful tools you have to protect your heart, joints, muscles, and brain. This matters more after 60 than at any other time in your life. As we age, digestion slows, our ability to neutralize toxins decreases. Our kidneys and liver don't filter the way they once did, and our gut becomes far more sensitive to compounds that younger bodies can tolerate without noticing. That means foods you ate for decades without a problem can suddenly start causing inflammation, joint pain, blood sugar spikes, or even neurological stress. Seeds are a perfect example of this. Some seeds contain natural defense chemicals that plants use to protect themselves. These compounds are not a problem for insects, but in humans, especially older adults, they can trigger chronic inflammation, mineral depletion, and digestive damage when eaten regularly. At the same time, there are other seeds that do the exact opposite. They support collagen production, stabilize blood sugar, improve circulation, and even protect your eyes and memory. The difference isn't subtle. It's dramatic. Today, we're going to talk about 4 seeds you should be extremely careful with after 60 and 4 seeds you should consider eating daily if you want to stay strong, mobile, and mentally sharp. Let's start with the seeds you should never casually eat after 60. The first is apple seeds. You've probably swallowed a few by accident over the years without thinking twice. But here's what most people don't know. Apple seeds contain a compound called amygdalin. When digested, it can release small amounts of cyanide. In young, healthy bodies, the liver can neutralize tiny exposures without issue. But as we age, that detox system becomes slower and less efficient. This doesn't mean one accidental seed will harm you. The danger comes from repeated exposure. People who chew apple seeds intentionally or consume them regularly in smoothies or ground powders are putting unnecessary stress on their nervous system and liver. Over time, this can contribute to headaches, dizziness, digestive distress, and fatigue symptoms that are often blamed on aging but are actually diet-related. After 60, there is absolutely no benefit to eating apple seeds. None. The risk, however small, is simply not worth it. The second seed to be cautious with is apricot kernels. These are sometimes promoted in alternative health circles as a natural remedy, but this is where things become dangerous. Apricot kernels contain extremely high levels of amygdalin, far more than apple seeds. Even small amounts can overwhelm an older adult's detox pathways. There have been documented cases of serious poisoning from apricot kernels, especially in people with slower metabolism or compromised liver function. Symptoms can include nausea, confusion, weakness, low blood pressure, and breathing difficulties. For seniors, this is not a gray area. Apricot kernels should never be consumed. No supplement, powder, or traditional remedy containing them is safe for regular use after 60. The third seed many seniors should avoid is raw flaxseed consumed incorrectly. Now, this might surprise you, because flaxseed is often praised as healthy, but here's the key detail most people miss. Raw, whole flax seeds contain compounds called cyanogenic glycosides. When eaten whole and unprepared, these compounds can interfere with thyroid function and iodine uptake. In younger adults, this may not cause noticeable symptoms, but after 60, when thyroid function naturally slows, regular consumption of raw, unground flaxseed can worsen fatigue, cold sensitivity, weight gain, and mental fog. This doesn't mean flaxseed is always bad, but it must be prepared properly. Whole, raw flaxseed passing through the digestive system without being ground provides little benefit and adds unnecessary chemical stress. We'll talk later about the safe way to use flax, but for now, understand that eating it casually, raw, and whole is not a good idea for older adults. The fourth seed to be cautious with is castor beans. This one is simple and serious. Castor beans contain ricin, one of the most potent natural toxins known. Even a single chewed castor bean can be extremely dangerous. While most people don't eat castor beans intentionally, they are sometimes confused with other seeds or used improperly in traditional remedies. There is no safe culinary use for castor beans. Castor oil, when properly processed, is a different substance, but the raw seeds themselves should never be consumed under any circumstance. Now that we've covered the seeds you should avoid, let's shift to the much more important part of this discussion. The seeds that can genuinely support your health after 60 when eaten correctly and consistently. These are the seeds that work with your aging body, not against it. The first seed you should strongly consider eating daily is chia seed. Chia seeds are uniquely suited for older adults because they form a gel-like substance when soaked. This gel slows digestion, stabilizes blood sugar, and feeds beneficial gut bacteria. For seniors, this is incredibly important. As we age, blood sugar spikes become more damaging. They increase inflammation, accelerate joint wear, and contribute to memory decline. Chia seeds help smooth those spikes naturally. They are also one of the richest plant sources of omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce inflammation, support heart health, and protect brain cells. Unlike some seeds, chia does not require grinding and does not contain dangerous compounds when soaked properly. The key is preparation. Chia seeds should always be soaked in water, milk, or yogurt before eating. Dried chia can expand in the throat or stomach, causing discomfort. But soaked chia becomes gentle, hydrating, and deeply nourishing. For most people over 60, 1 to 2 tablespoons per day is enough to support digestion, joints, and heart health. The second seed you should consider eating regularly is pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds are a mineral powerhouse, especially for older adults. They are rich in magnesium, zinc, and iron nutrients that decline with age and are critical for muscle strength, immune defense, and sleep quality. Zinc, in particular, plays a major role in cognitive function and immune resilience. Many seniors unknowingly become zinc deficient, which can contribute to frequent infections, poor wound healing, and taste loss. Pumpkin seeds also contain compounds that support prostate health in men and bladder function in women. Their protein content helps slow muscle loss, which accelerates after 60 if not actively addressed. The best way to eat pumpkin seeds is lightly roasted or raw, unsalted, and in moderate amounts. A small handful a day is enough to provide benefits without excessive calories. The third seed that deserves a place in your daily routine is sesame seed. Sesame seeds are rich in lignans, natural compounds that reduce oxidative stress and support healthy cholesterol levels. They also contain calcium in a form that is easier for older adults to absorb compared to dairy in some cases. As bone density naturally declines with age, sesame seeds can quietly support skeletal strength, especially when combined with vitamin D and movement. Sesame seeds also support liver detoxification pathways, which become less efficient with age. This helps your body process medications, environmental toxins, and metabolic waste more effectively. Tahini, which is ground sesame seed paste, is one of the easiest ways to include sesame in your diet. It's gentle on digestion and extremely nutrient-dense. The fourth seed that can be incredibly beneficial after 60 is properly prepared flaxseed. Earlier, we talked about why raw, whole flaxseed can be problematic. But when flaxseed is ground fresh and consumed in moderation, it becomes one of the most powerful tools against inflammation, constipation, and hormone imbalance. Ground flaxseed supports bowel regularity, which is essential for toxin elimination. It also provides lignans that support cardiovascular health and reduce inflammatory markers. For older adults, constipation is not just uncomfortable, it increases toxin reabsorption and stresses the cardiovascular system. Ground flax helps gently correct this without harsh laxatives. The key is freshness. Flaxseed should be ground just before use or stored ground in the refrigerator for short periods. Heat, light, and air degrade its beneficial oils quickly. 1 tablespoon per day is enough. More is not better. Now let's bring this all together. After 60, your body is not weaker, but it is more sensitive. It responds more strongly to both good and bad inputs. That means the foods you choose matter more now than ever before. Avoiding harmful seeds isn't about fear. It's about respect for how your body has changed. And choosing the right seeds isn't about trends, it's about nourishment, stability, and longevity. When you remove unnecessary toxins and add targeted nutrition, something remarkable happens. Inflammation decreases, energy improves, digestion becomes more predictable, joints feel less stiff, and mental clarity returns. This is not about living forever. It's about living well. So here's your takeaway. Stop assuming all seeds are safe just because they're natural. Be selective, be intentional. Avoid apple seeds, apricot kernels, raw, unprepared flax, and any exposure to castor beans. At the same time, embrace chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, and properly prepared flaxseed as part of a balanced, senior-friendly diet. Small daily choices create massive long-term outcomes. Your future mobility, memory, and independence depend on the decisions you make today. If this information helped you, share it with someone over 60 who might still believe all seeds are harmless. And let us know in the comments which seeds do you eat regularly, and which ones surprised you the most. Your health journey doesn't end after 60. In many ways, this is where it finally begins.